are doing business in Kenya. If this country bans, just because you wanted to sell newspapers, you wanted to do media engagement, it's a loss to everybody. And more importantly, let me say this, that it is unfortunate that political actors are relying on media. It's not becoming independent enough to give both sides of the story. For example, you will hear that yesterday's report is reported as the protesters have arrived somewhere and they are looting. And you are still saying the protesters have looted shops. The protesters have done this, and you can see they are criminals. Meaning that the characterization of also the criminals, we are not taking the greatest responsibility as citizens. You've watched international media, except of course when they are reporting from Africa, and Nairobi especially, that they are very careful. When they are reporting about Israel, about America, about UK, they are very careful about their own countries. But when they come to our country, report it as it is. And some of the reporters are so happy, they think they have achieved because they are being cheered in Western countries. They think it's very nice to come and report about your country negatively. This is the issue. That is the question we should be asking ourselves. The question of closing or not closing depends on the circumstance. You have to weigh between national interest and also the individual interests of media houses. The national interest at any given time will be weighed. And if it's necessary to close a media house so that you can serve the nation, of course you do it. You know that media played a critical role in 2007, 2008 post-election violence, and that some media houses were indicted for the role they played. We are not going to wait until they are indicted. We have to take precautionary measures to ensure that we protect the country. And that is important, that we do so. Unfortunately, I don't want to discuss about Justice Mwita, because when the chips are down, when the courts in Kikuyu were banned, a court order is not there to save the courts. When 2007 and 2008 violence happened, nobody looked for the Chief Justice that you swore in the president. It is the people who held offices like mine who are held responsible. So it's my duty first to take care of my country. It is easy. I can suffer a court order. I can pay for a court order or so forth, but I cannot pay for people's lives when they die. And I cannot return back the nation when it becomes a pariah state taken over by hooligans and gangs. So I would rather appear before a judge in a still working country and explain why I made a particular decision than to doubt myself and say, I cannot make this decision, and then tomorrow there is no country. There is even no judge to explain to. Because when this country bans, Justice Mwita and myself will all be the same. We'll probably be meeting in border between Kenya and other countries looking to be refugees. And I don't want that situation. I want first to protect the country, then the judge can pontificate with very beautiful statements when there is a peaceful nation. The other issue is the question of how many police officers were injured. First of all, for people who lost their loved ones, let me say this. It does not matter. It does not matter the circumstance that anyone loses a relative. Even if your relative was a robber. Even painful. All families that lost their loved ones yesterday, it does not matter if the investigation will show that some of them were trying to get into police armory, they wanted to to their families, and we want to say that we feel your pain. It's painful where persons were innocent, to ensure that necessary investigations are done and justice is served in every situation. How many police officers were injured? There are 300 police officers who were injured and about 100 civilians. So a total of 400 people were injured. And it is true that from yesterday's protest, there is a particular pattern. And again, in particular constituencies, where police stations are being targeted. And I suspect the banning of police stations was supposed to help the coup plotters make a statement that there is no country and that there is no authority. So that is why you see they want the guns and they want police uniform. And they want to show that the uniform is degraded so that there is no authority in the country. That is the entire mission of what happened yesterday. And therefore, as I said, we will take firm action to ensure that the nation is in safe hands. And I think with all those many remarks, unless IG, you just want to say one word. Yeah, just say one word. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Waziri. Maybe let me start by saying that I also join my Waziri in condoling with the families that lost their loved ones yesterday, during yesterday's fracas. And number two, I want to say that we appreciate our brave police officers who did a sterling job yesterday by ensuring our country remained secure, despite the many challenges that were there. I also want to wish them a quick recovery. There are over 300 police officers who are also injured, who got injuries yesterday, life-threatening injuries. I want to wish them well, and also state very, very clearly that we stand with them, we support them, and we appreciate the work that the men and women in uniform do. And finally, to the criminals who are involved in causing mayhem to our country, we are coming for you, and you must have your day in the court so that you can be able to answer to your criminal activities. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Asanteni sana. Awesome.
Ribi ambaye atatupa mwelekeo vikamilifu. Asante, karibu sana mheshimiwa.
Haya. Ando maituma Kibwezi East mwe ine museo na mavinda onde. Bwana asifiwe kambo. Bwana asifiwe tena kambo. Umbalo yini wambe ya kila mundu ndeka lende mwanende kendo gyodi. Umbalo niwe gada. Mwe kuye mazama maingi ba mutu etele. Twenda mbeto amba mutu ngea pole. Tumwitie pole. Nondo kawaida itu tukaachathi masala tuwetete wendi witu wetu itho basa itatu cia kioko lakini lobi kwi na matu lekende yokela nela matu makleo kokela katika miongwena nitwabika tumutungie ngai mubiano ndo akwikada ithie kwiyo tunabangite twithe basa itatu lakini tiwe mwene cia thina mabinda we mwene no nese tukabika saa monza na nitwabika kana twinabika ene ni mubikie kana mwinabika mwe museo na mabinda onde ka tugethanire bake 7 kumbe kai mwinge betu pe mundu tiwe musi mokinyo onde andu makwa makuma mutito ande ikathekane kila bandu mweba andu makwa makuma kuya chulu mweba andu makwa makuma pathange mwiba na andu makuma masonga leni na moni mokie pe mwenda na weta yu twendo kuna kinu to one kenda mwendo kete anatiwo ondo inesi andu maumie mesite nena ndeme kwenda ino kete amwe to nemukulia mwikalembe yu twambe iye ni kenda twide mu twisiane tie mongo twambe iye ni gato konekela ketwetie kanatiwo